Buongiorno. Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for coming to this meetup and inviting us here. It's me, Daria, and my colleague Martin. We represent the General AI Challenge, the team of the people who created the challenge and are working on it right now, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about it. Right. So General AI Challenge is your way to contribute to the mankind's most exciting effort yet, general artificial intelligence. We've created this competition as a citizen science project, as a way for everybody who's interested in the field of artificial intelligence to contribute to the goals we pursue to building general artificial intelligence. What is General AI Challenge roughly in numbers? It's $5 million as a prize fund for the whole competition, which we expect to run in multiple rounds in parallel. For the first round, which we're going to talk about today, gradual learning, the prize fund is $50,000. And as of now, we have 12 key partners and supporters, including Microsoft, NVIDIA, Araya, and quite some others who are helping us to make this challenge happen. How did it appear? How did we come up with it? So we are Good AI. We're a team of researchers based in Prague, in Czech Republic. This company was started 3 years ago already, in 2014, with the personal investment of our founder, Marek Rosa, who is still pretty active in the development himself. He is leading one of the research teams. Our mission is to develop general artificial intelligence as fast as possible to help humanity and understand the universe. And on the picture, you can see two people who came up with the idea of challenge. That's our founder, Marek, and Olga Afanasieva, the challenge director. Here with you today is me, Daria, who is a project coordinator taking care of the challenge and communication with the participants, and Martin, who is going to talk further about the first round and the tasks. He's one of the creators of the challenge tasks and of the evaluation tasks. We also have quite an expanded advisory board with prominent thinkers and researchers in the field of artificial intelligence who support the challenge, helped us create it as well, and will take part in the evaluation process. The challenge met quite a strong community support. We're glad that the society perceives it as something really important and interesting, and we have many people supporting us in it. We hope that you would become our supporters as well, maybe directly or indirectly by solving our challenge. As for the timeline, we've launched the challenge on February 15th, so it's been running for quite some months already. Our submission deadline is actually relatively close, in a month and something. August the 14th is the last day when you can submit your solutions, but don't worry, it's still enough time for you to start thinking on it. After that, we will start the evaluation process. It's important that you can send as many solutions as you would like. We don't put any limitations for that, but the point is, of course, for them to be quite significantly different from another. You can compete in two categories. In a qualitative category, where you just propose a solution, a white paper of what you could create, and a quantitative category where you have to actually submit the code of your agent. But Martin will talk a little bit more about that. The end of the evaluation period is September the 15th, and we're going to announce the results in early October 2017. After that, we're already working on the next rounds of the challenge to be prepared for you. We expect to launch the new round devoted to AI safety topic in November, but we'll let you know about that for sure. Now, as of the first round, which is running right now, the gradual learning round, I'm passing my word to Martin, its creator, who is going to talk about it.
Thanks, Daria. So what's the first round about? You will be interacting with ComAI environment. That's an environment created by Facebook, and we adjusted for the needs of the challenge. You will be exchanging bytes of information with the environment, and we will be giving you gradually harder and harder tasks to solve, and you will be trying to solve those tasks, or not you, but your agents. That's better. What is your goal? Well, solving the tasks is nice, but what is more important for you is to create a system that can learn knowledge on one task and then use it while solving another task. And the tasks are built in a way which promotes this gradual learning, as we call it. You will not be able to solve the more advanced tasks unless you transfer knowledge from the previous tasks. What we also require, it's something we test in the evaluation, is that your agent does not catastrophically forget, which means if it learns to solve some problem, it will not forget how to solve the problem, or at least it will be able to relearn the problem much faster than without the previous knowledge. We will be evaluating your submission on a different set of tasks than the public tasks, of course, because if we evaluate it on the public tasks, then you could just hard code your solution and there would be no machine learning or gradual learning whatsoever. So we are designing a hidden private set of tasks, and your agent, when you submit it to us, will be evaluated on this private set of tasks. What we promise is that this set of tasks will be quite similar in nature to the public training tasks. I think there are no nasty surprises, but at the same time, your agent must be flexible, capable of adjusting to new kinds of problems. Let's see an example video of the public tasks. So this video here will show you 3 examples of tasks that appear in the public training curriculum. In task 5.3, we are teaching the agent some basics, really. It's still quite early in the training. And in this task, the agent is learning about the fact that there is some input, there is some feedback, and there is also some space for him to provide output, a reaction to the input. What is not so well noticeable here, but appears much more profoundly in the later tasks, is the fact that we don't just provide reward, like a reinforcement signal, but we also provide feedback. Initially, the tasks don't contain feedback, but we actually train the agent to rely on feedback, not just on the reinforcement signal. So in the task that you see here, the input are those characters that follow the semicolon or precede the period. The characters that follow the period are the feedback. And this task specifically, if you want to solve it, then stop the video right now and don't listen. This task requires you to find a mapping between the input symbol and the feedback symbol. This mapping is fixed between instances. The task comprises of different instances, but inside one instance, there's a fixed mapping of 10 characters to another 10 characters. And the feedback tells you what kind of mapping this is. So once you land this mapping, thanks to the feedback, you can successfully solve the task. So if you look at the example learner, you will see that it lands to output character 4 when it saw character 3, if I'm not mistaken. Now next task 8.2, you will notice that it's quite advanced compared to the previous task. That's thanks to the fact that we expect that by this moment the agent already learned that there's some feedback that occurs on the output and can exploit this information. Right now the agent is learning to work with sequences of symbols and to introduce other symbols into the sequence. Specifically, the agent is asked to spell a word, and it answers by the individual characters of the word interleaved by space characters. And that's basically this task. I think it's teaching nothing spectacular. You will often notice that we are teaching nothing spectacular, but we are teaching in a very gradual manner. We are accumulating the knowledge for the agent one step at a time. We're not making big leaps. And that's a part of the philosophy of gradual learning. You're not making huge leaps. Instead, you proceed step by step gradually. We think that this is a key to a successful artificial intelligence or general artificial intelligence. Of course, we are not providing examples of all the tasks. In total, there are roughly 40 tasks of increasing complexity. These are just some of them. You will notice that we are using English words in these tasks, but don't be mistaken, we are using them for clarity of explanation. To the computer, it's irrelevant if you're using English words, Italian words, or Chinese words. In fact, the computer should not like care even if we just scramble the characters and show a different character for the character that appears in the English word. In this last task example, 15.1, we are already preparing for the hardest tasks from the public challenge. By the way, the hardest public tasks are taken from Facebook ComAI Mini, uh, which is a task set recently published by Facebook. And this task set provides a set of problems where you're given a description of some formal language, and then you're given a word, and you have to decide, true or false, whether this word belongs to this language or not. And here we see some much simplified version of that task. And you're asked to produce a word that belongs to some simple language. That simple language is actually that one word. So this is really a very simple case. In the mini tasks, the last mini task actually requires you to produce any word that belongs to the provided language, which itself is infinite in size. So you have to correctly pick a word from that language, and then we will verify whether your word belongs to that language or not. Last thing to notice here, you're accumulating reward, but that's not your goal. Your goal is not to accumulate positive reward. Your goal is to solve the tasks in a gradual manner. Your goal is to build a gradual learner. And rather than optimize your performance on the solutions, you should optimize the way you gradually accumulate knowledge.
Thank you, Martin. In case you're wondering how are we doing with the participants for the first round of the challenge, as of today we have 450 people taking part in the challenge from 52 countries, and Italy is one of the active ones, so we encourage you to take part, to register, and to try yourself on the set of tasks Martin was just describing. One thing we're doing to help the participants get acquainted to the challenge is introducing the tasks to you like we did right now. We're doing the meetups and events for the participants all over the world. And the most popular destination so far has been the New York City with 3 events. They've also been doing events in Prague, in Tokyo, in Bratislava, and in London together with the TensorFlow meetup. Now we're happy that we have a chance to talk to you guys about this. As for the future rounds, as I've been mentioning, one of the things we're working on is AI safety, ethics, security, and business acceptance of the AI in order to avoid a so-called AI race. And this is something we're going to dedicate the next round in. But apart from that, we are brainstorming the new options and we're opening to the suggestions of the new rounds. So if you have any idea, please let us know. And that is it from now. Take part in it, sign up. You can use the QR code you're seeing on the screen or just go to our website, try to read a little bit more, and we're always here to answer your questions if you're wondering. Send us emails, contact us on Twitter, on Facebook, and thank you. Have a nice day, and now I guess we're passing the words to the next speaker, Simone, who is going to speak about his perspective on the general AI challenge. Thank you. Bye-bye.